What if the world was closer than you think? How has aviation shaped our global society in terms of tourism, trade, and geopolitics? Let's take a journey to uncover how aviation has acted as a catalyst, transforming our world into a single, interconnected community. Aviation has indeed been a game changer, serving as a global bridge, connecting the farthest corners of our world. It has revolutionized various aspects of our lives, but the one we're focusing on today is tourism. Picture a time before the jet age, when air travel was a luxury, reserved for the elite, business travelers, or the military. Your dream vacation was probably just that, a dream. But then came the jet age, a period marked by the introduction of jet aircraft that offered cheaper seats, making the world much more accessible to the everyday person. This was a turning point, a true revolution, leading to a boom in international tourism. Imagine being an adventurer in Indonesia, an island nation that relies heavily on air transportation due to some of its inaccessible destinations. Or consider being a part of the 2.5 million people in Africa who are directly employed in tourism, supporting overseas visitors arriving by air. This accounts for about 30% of all tourism jobs on the continent. So, the jet age didn't just make travel more accessible, it also created a ripple effect, touching lives and boosting economies across the globe. The world was no longer a vast, unreachable expanse. It was now within reach, just a flight away. The impact of aviation on tourism is undeniable. It has not only democratized travel, but also transformed it into a significant economic driver. It's fascinating to see how an industry can bring about such profound changes, isn't it? We've seen how the jet age revolutionized travel, opening up the world to the everyday tourist. But what about trade? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the role of aviation in international trade in our next segment. Have you ever wondered how your online purchases arrive so quickly from halfway across the globe? Well, aviation is the unsung hero behind this modern marvel. It's the global bridge for trade, connecting markets and industries across borders, making our world smaller and our lives more convenient. Consider this. You click Buy Now on a product from an online store. That product might be manufactured in China, packaged in Vietnam, and then shipped to your doorstep in New York. How is such a complex transaction possible in a matter of days? The answer lies in the sky. Aviation has revolutionized international trade by significantly expediting the movement of goods. It enables timely delivery and reduces supply chain bottlenecks, ensuring that your package arrives just when you need it. But it's not just about online shopping. Aviation plays a vital role in connecting businesses to global markets, allowing industries to thrive and economies to grow. It's the engine that powers international commerce, making it possible for businesses to reach customers in far-flung corners of the world. Now, let's dive into some numbers. In the year 2018, a staggering $6.8 trillion worth of goods were transported internationally by air. That's 35% of world trade by value. It's a testament to the immense scale and importance of aviation in our global economy. But this isn't just about economics. The ripple effects of aviation stretch far and wide, touching every aspect of our lives. From the food we eat to the clothes we wear, aviation has transformed the way we live, work, and play. So the next time you marvel at the speed and convenience of your online delivery, remember the aircraft that made it possible. Remember the pilots, the air traffic controllers, the logistics professionals, and all the other people who work tirelessly behind the scenes to keep our global supply chains humming. As we can see, our modern globalized trade system would be impossible without aviation. But how does this intersect with geopolitics? As we'll explore in the next scene, the story gets even more fascinating when politics enters the picture. Stay tuned. Did you know that aviation can be a tool of both power and vulnerability in geopolitics? Let's delve into this complex relationship. Imagine waking up to news of your flight being canceled due to a drone sighting. That's exactly what happened in the United Kingdom and the United States when civilian drones caused major disruptions at airports. This is a stark reminder that aviation isn't immune to the whims of geopolitical instability. The ripple effect of these disruptions extends far beyond the immediate inconvenience to passengers. It can lead to significant financial losses for airlines, impact international relations, and even pose security threats. Speaking of disruptions, let's talk about the Russian invasion of Ukraine. This geopolitical event sent shockwaves throughout the world, and the aviation industry was not spared. With rising jet fuel prices as a result of the conflict, airlines had to grapple with increased operating costs. This situation underscores how geopolitical events can have a profound effect on the aviation industry, affecting everything from ticket prices to flight schedules. But it's not all doom and gloom. Aviation has also become a vital instrument of soft power in the global arena. Over the past few decades, governments in Asia and the Middle East have been leveraging their national carriers to improve international relations and forge new ties. These airlines are more than just transport providers. They are ambassadors, showcasing their nation's culture, hospitality, and economic prowess to the world. They help to foster understanding, build connections, and even influence global affairs. In essence, aviation is like a double-edged sword in geopolitics. It can be a source of vulnerability, susceptible to disruptions from geopolitical events. At the same time, it can also be a source of power, serving as a tool for nations to extend their influence and foster goodwill. From drones to invasions, aviation's impact on geopolitics is clear. But what does this all mean? Well, it means that the world of aviation is not just about planes and airports. It's a complex, interconnected web of relationships that can shape the world in ways we might not even realize. So what lies ahead for the world of aviation? The future of this industry, like any other, is a blend of opportunities and challenges. One of the significant challenges that aviation faces today is geopolitical instability. Recent events, such as the civilian drone disruptions at airports in the UK and the US, have shown us how vulnerable aviation can be to unexpected geopolitical turbulence. The Russian invasion of Ukraine, which triggered a spike in jet fuel prices, is another testament to this vulnerability. Environmental concerns also pose a serious challenge to the industry. As the world becomes increasingly conscious of the need to mitigate climate change, the aviation industry is under pressure to reduce its carbon footprint. The search for cleaner and more efficient fuel alternatives is on, and the industry must be at the forefront of these efforts. Moreover, the industry must navigate the path of sustainable growth. While the democratization of travel and the boom in international tourism are positive trends, they also bring with them the challenge of managing increased air traffic, maintaining safety standards, and preserving the natural environments of tourist destinations. However, it's not all turbulence and headwinds for aviation. The same challenges also present opportunities. Geopolitical instability, for instance, can lead to the opening of new routes and markets. The push for environmental sustainability can spur innovation in cleaner fuels and more efficient aircraft designs. And the demand for sustainable growth can drive the adoption of smarter, technology-driven solutions for air traffic management and safety. In the realm of trade, aviation has the potential to further bridge the gap between markets and industries, facilitating the growth of global commerce. In the sphere of geopolitics, aviation can continue to serve as a tool of soft power, helping nations build ties and improve relations across the world. As we've seen, while aviation faces many challenges, it also holds the keys to a more connected and globalized world. In conclusion, aviation plays a critical role in shaping our global society. It's a powerful force that, like the jet streams that crisscross our skies, leaves indelible trails in its wake. Let's take a moment to reflect. We've seen how aviation has revolutionized tourism. In the jet age, air travel became accessible to everyone, not just the privileged few. As a result, international tourism boomed. Consider Indonesia, a paradise archipelago. Its beauty is unlocked by air transportation, drawing visitors to its otherwise inaccessible destinations. Or take Africa, where nearly a third of all tourism jobs are supported by overseas visitors arriving by air, providing livelihoods to millions of people. We've also seen how aviation has become a global bridge, a conduit for trade. It's accelerated the movement of goods, shattered supply chain bottlenecks, and nurtured international trade. In 1 year alone, goods worth more than $6 trillion were transported internationally by air. That's a staggering 35% of global trade by value. Just imagine the sheer volume of commerce that would be lost without our ability to fly. And we've seen how aviation has influenced geopolitics. It's been both a pawn and a player in global affairs. When civilian drones shut down airports in the UK and the US, it underscored how aviation can be disrupted by geopolitical instability. When the Russian invasion of Ukraine sent shockwaves through the industry, it was a stark reminder of the power of political events. Yet, aviation also serves as a soft power tool for nations to build new ties and improve relations across the world. But let's not forget the challenges. Geopolitical instability, environmental concerns, and the need for sustainable growth all loom large on the aviation horizon. It's a complex, ever-evolving landscape, from the everyday tourist to the global trader, from the geopolitical strategist to the environmentalist. Everyone's world is shaped by aviation in some way. So next time you look up at a plane in the sky, remember, it's not just about getting from A to B, it's about connecting the world.